Hello, if you're new here, I'm LOEVA, and for the last 2 years I've been chasing my dream of making my own animated short film from scratch. And over the last 7 months I've been lucky enough to develop the project with funding and with the help of a mentor. And I've been working on creating a roughly 30-minute animatic exploring the story, characters, and the structure. It's honestly been one of the most rewarding and fun and challenging but creatively fulfilling projects that I've done ever. And over the past couple months I've gone through over 1,700 voice acting auditions to find the voices for these characters, which is still surreal. And after all of that, I'm pivoting, I'm changing the plan. And it's not because the project isn't working, but it's actually because it is. When I first started this project, I imagined making a film that was around 20 minutes long. I mean, it started as 10 minutes and then it was 20. But over the past 7 months developing the animatic of the full story, it's just kept growing. The more I explored it, the more I realized that there were themes that I wanted to explore further and characters that I wanted to develop further and leave more room to breathe. And there was just a much bigger world that was taking shape than I originally imagined. I could probably force it back into a 20-minute film, but I don't think I'd be making the best version of it if I did. And I kind of realized that I've been doing something wrong this whole time. I kept treating this 30-minute animatic as if it had to be this perfect, refined, finished blueprint for the film. But I've kind of realized that that never was the purpose. The purpose of it was to teach me about the story, to let me experiment and make mistakes, and to discover what worked and what didn't, because this is the first time that I ever developed a film concept. And yeah, it did that. It did exactly that. The project has changed so much since I first started. So this 30-minute animatic is not wasted work, it's research. It's really valuable and rich research. I also realized something else about myself. I definitely have this tendency that I think I need to have absolutely everything figured out before I'm allowed to move on to the next step. I don't know, my thought process was, once I know exactly how the whole story works, then I'll make polished concept art, then I'll make a trailer, and then I'll start animating. And spoiler alert, that moment never comes where you have everything properly figured out. Creative projects where you put so much of yourself into it, they just don't work like that. At least not for me. For me it really is, I start to make something, it teaches me something, I change the plan and adapt, and I keep going. And I'm slowly learning to trust that process a little bit more. So here's the new plan. Instead of spending all of my energy refining a 30-minute animatic of the whole story and structure, I'm going to focus on creating an animated teaser trailer for the project. Again, not because the bigger whole film has gone away, that's still a big dream of mine down the line, but because this trailer is something tangible and real, and it's something that I can actually make and share with the world. It's something that could capture the atmosphere, the characters, the mood, the visual style, the emotion of this world. And hopefully it'll become the first real public piece of this project. It's also something that I could eventually use for grant applications or film festivals like NC, and hopefully one day to bring more people onto the project. So yeah, it's really odd because suddenly this doesn't feel like such a distant dream anymore. It's actually like things are happening, and this really feels like a big next step. And I'm so excited. So I've already started planning the trailer. I've actually already spent months collecting notes and ideas for a teaser trailer because I always imagined that I'd make one eventually. It just felt so far away and I didn't realize it would be this close. So right now I'm storyboarding and I'm figuring out the visual storytelling, and one thing I'm trying to remind myself while I do that is, again, that I don't need to have every single thing, every single frame figured out before I can begin. Things will evolve as they always do, and that's okay, and it's actually a good thing. And I'm learning to trust myself a little bit more instead of trying to control every single tiny bit before moving forward. Another really exciting update is that I've officially cast my voice actors. I honestly still can't believe that I get to say that. After going through over 1,700 auditions, I've really found such an incredibly talented cast, and I'm so excited to start collaborating with them and to start bringing these characters to life. I'll be introducing everyone very soon, and I'm genuinely so excited for you to meet them. Okay, the next stage, I'm like, my heart is like overflowing. Okay, this next stage also means that something else is becoming quite important, which is that up until now, all of my concept art has been very exploratory. It was to ask questions and to explore completely freely. What if the world looked like this? And what if this character actually had blue eyes? And what if I pushed this style further? But now I need to start answering those questions, and I need to start making more finalized and cohesive concept art. If I want to animate this teaser, I'm gonna have to start to make more consistent production-ready designs and really define the visual identity of this project, which also means creating something that's called a project Bible. It's a document that brings together the visual language, the characters, environments, color palettes, story information, and just everything that makes the world feel cohesive visually. It's something else that I've wanted to do for ages, but I just never really felt that I was quite ready. But I'm finally at that point now where it actually makes sense to start building it. If you've been following along on Discord, you'll probably know that I've been doing monthly art prompts. And for me, that's also been a way to keep exploring and making art for the film. So now I really want to start merging that process with the visual development for the film. So every month I'm building more artwork that directly feeds into the world of the film instead of just making standalone illustrations. By the way, if you'd like to see more of that process, the sketches, visual development, concept art, and everything that goes into building the project, I will be sharing a lot more of that behind the scenes over on Patreon as well. So there's still a huge amount to do: storyboarding, voice recordings, visual development, developing the project Bible, eventually animation, and there's definitely going to be 100 problems that I have no idea about. But for the first time in a while, I feel like I'm building something that people will actually be able to see, something tangible and something that brings these worlds and these characters into reality. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for following along this journey. Whether you've been here for years or you've just found this channel, it means the world to me that people care about this little project that I've been pouring my heart into, and that you're following along as it keeps evolving. And an extra huge thank you to the amazing people over on Patreon. Your support genuinely gives me the time and the freedom to keep working towards this dream of mine, and I honestly couldn't be doing this without you. I'm really excited about this next chapter. I'll keep updating you and documenting as much as I can, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, thank you, bye!
We brushed and we braided dandelions and chewed. It was a mutual